following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
You know what makes a lot of sense? Patrik Allvin not signing any of his UFAs or his RFAs before he gets a real crack at one of the best players in hockey for free in Jake Guentzel. Now, you know what else doesn't make sense? The fact that I'm 30 and a half years old and a lady has never opened the door for me or held open a door for me, you know? What's up with that? It's 2024. Speaking of which, let's do this, okay? Locked On Canucks.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we're doing this, and that's giving you what? 2 episodes on this Tuesday in a span of 4 hours? We're really doing that here? Well, why are we doing that here? It's because this is Locked On Canucks, man, and we're doing this out of the Don't Doze Art Lab, home of the West Coast bias. Of course we got to do it. Of course we got to look after our neighbors. My name is Kyle Bowen. Yes, Kyle Bowen. And again, this is Locked On Canucks. And speaking of those things called neighbors, will Jake Guentzel be a neighbor of yours very soon? I think there's a 33.3% chance, which is pretty high in my books. And I know what pretty high is. Probably more than anyone. Man, oh man. What's that other thing we say, right? Sports podcasters, sports fans, sports people. Some of the biggest hypocrites in the world. And here I am, inspired, gassed up for everything Jake Guentzel based on a report from Frank Zaravelli, okay? Best friend of the program. Unreal. Franky S. saying that the what? The Maple Leafs, the Panthers, and the Canucks will be all in on Jake Guentzel this summer, right? And for the confused hockey fans about the Florida Panthers notion, remember, right? Brandon Montour and Reinhart, UFAs at the end of the season. And last time I checked, it's pretty expensive to keep really good Stanley Cup champions. And those two are really good, right? Maybe there's some money freed up there in a tax-free state, and Jake Guentzel is, in love with that situation. So yeah, they're in the mix. Toronto's in the mix. And yeah, your Vancouver Canucks, very much in the mix. And Frank Zaravelli is saying what? He's saying that the Canucks can supply a great mix of both money and opportunity for Jake Guentzel, one of the best wingers in hockey. Now, the ultimate prize in free agency this year. A dude who could, carry a line, drive a line, do his thing. He brings a lot to the table. He's a workhorse, right? A player that you win with. A culture driver. A culture builder. A winner. A champion. One of the highest point per games in the playoffs in recent NHL history, right? If not all. Dude's one of those guys. He's a bad man, right? And he could be on your favorite team, which has me saying this as well. Maybe, just maybe, Patrik Allvin has shifted his to-do list, right? The pecking order. Remember way back when he said that he can't really get any work done until after he extends Elias Pettersson. Which he did. It's priority number 1 to do that before you do anything else. I wonder if it's priority number 1 now in the middle of June of 2024 to get a full crack at Jake Guentzel, right? The full wallet, in other terms. I wonder if that needs to be done first before they just give out money to Zadorov, Joshua, Lindholm. I'll even say Myers too. For real. Have all of the wallet available for a Jake Guentzel offer before you do anything else. Jake Guentzel, pretty damn important, okay? We just mentioned all the individual things, right? And some team emotion was in that spiel as well, right? The guy's a champion. But man, oh man, I use the word important for all the right reasons, right? And this team is a team we haven't seen yet, right? This version of the Canucks, this core of the Canucks, the execution of the Canucks, we haven't seen what it truly can be. When Hughes, Miller, Besser, Demko, Hronek, and company are going, and also having that guy, right? Elias Pettersson going. What is the ceiling when Pettersson is playing at an all-time high and doing so with some real good talent around him? Shift in and shift out. And Jake Guentzel is one of those guys. Does he unlock a new level in the Canucks' most prized possession, right? Because last time I checked, they gave this guy, 8 years at 11.6? 11.6? It's a lot of money. And they know that he has to drive the bus. He's getting paid to do so. And like everyone, people need help. And there's only so much Pettersson can do on his quote-unquote own. In a league where the margins are so slim, right? At the age of 24, 25, 26, in that age range of player, when you have somebody like Elias Pettersson, who has proven to be for a long period of time, game in and game out, prior to the second half of the season, pretty consistent amongst one of the best players in hockey, based on all the things he can do. Why not say that guy, when paired up with another one of those guys, 5-on-5, for a number of years in a row, why not say that guy can't take his game to another level and do so more efficiently, right? Because again, I'll say it again because it matters, not only in the hockey term, but man, oh man, everyone needs help. Pettersson, man, played a lot of hockey with Ilya Mikheyev, a guy that a lot of the fan base wants bought out. Elias Pettersson played a lot of hockey with Sam Lafferty too this season. Just saying, that matters. I wonder, man, what Guentzel could do, man. And who knows? We don't know anything really, right? Like, we're just from the outside. What if Guentzel is just a full-timer with Miller and Besser? Who knows, right? Who knows? Or maybe Besser rekindles some magic with Pettersson and Camp, and those two are a duo, and Guentzel and Miller are doing their thing, which would be pretty fun to watch. I'm not saying I see similarities between Miller and Sidney Crosby. That's crazy, but I kind of do, especially this new version of JT Miller, right? Real good playmaker, getting better in all facets of the game, really involved, really motivated, really engaged. And did I say a really good playmaker? What can he do with a guy like Jake Guentzel, who played with another guy who's a really good playmaker, really strong on his skates, a play driver, good in all zones, right? You can see those two have chemistry as well. At the end of the day, though, again, Jake Guentzel, one of those guys, and the Canucks are trying to be one of those teams, and they're trying to do so in a quote-unquote short period of time because, Quinn Hughes and Thatcher Demko, they're not really getting paid. We're like a phone call away from Zadorov making more money than Thatcher Demko. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's saying a lot because he doesn't necessarily deserve it, but we're a delusional GM away. Like Benning would definitely give Hronek more than he's paying Quinn Hughes type of that's the type of energy I'm trying to spiel out here, right? Where like those guys, Hughes and Demko, considering what they're getting paid right now and seeing what other guys across the league, not only on this team, are about to get paid, it just goes to show you that the next couple seasons really matter. And if they have to give Guentzel the bag for a long period of time, yeah, it's one thing to worry about what those years could look like or how he could look like in years 4, 5, and 6, and 7 of that deal. But it's a guarantee, man. It's a guarantee without a doubt. This dude's a gamer, and he's proven it. Without a doubt, in the first 3 years of this deal that Jake Guentzel's going to sign, he's still going to be one of the most important players in the game of hockey. Guy's got it. What a winger. And you know the root word for winger, right? The last time I checked, and I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on this because I didn't have my glasses on, but the root word for wingers is win. And remember that conversation? Yes, that conversation that I had not only with Trevor Beggs earlier today on that dark episode, man, the Red Wedding episode. Man, oh man, go check it out earlier. But yeah, on that episode, I talked to Trevor about the conversation I had with my cousin. My cuz, man. Big time Oilers fan, big time hockey fan, has watched a ton of playoff hockey in recent history. And he was striking up a conversation about the importance of really good wingers. Yes, wingers on your team. And that position, I feel as if, is one of the most underrated in sport. People talk about them being irrelevant to the big picture, right? It's always like, number one center, number one defenseman, number one goalie. Oh, yeah, wingers. Forgotten about. But man, oh man, don't get it twisted, man. Really good players, you can't have enough of them. Jake Guentzel. Top 50 NHLer. Easy when he's going. Easy. Anyways, that's all I have, okay? Join the Discord, link in the bio. I did drop something in the Discord too, okay? My sources, the guy who supplies me with the rumors, I'm not sure if he's in and out of the city, okay? For real. I'm not sure if this guy's plugged up. I just trust this guy, okay? And he told me that, you know what? I'm going to save it for tomorrow's episode or the Discord. Join the Discord. There's a secret reason why the Canucks really want Jake Guentzel. And yeah, the Discord's making a lot of sense right now, okay? We'll save the vocals for that conversation tomorrow. Also, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. One love to the Locked On Podcast Network for giving us that culture, right? Your Canucks every day, your team every day, no matter what. And that's going to be the case all summer long. It is what it is. This team is always busy, always in our hearts. And like 3 months away from beginning the journey to the 2025 Stanley Cup Final. That's just a fact. My name, Kyle Bowen, KYLEBHAWAN. One love to the Don't Doze Art Lab for also giving us a space to do this, and that's produce the show and give you that West Coast bias constantly. Have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good night. I don't know when you're watching this or listening to this, but hey, I'm being honest when I say this, man. We truly do appreciate it. Peace.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team